Are we into it?
We off?
We on?
Go
on.
on. Hook comp. First item on the agenda. The code word is coming up later in the show, and it's the final code word that you can use to enter the competition to win the match-worn Guernseys from round 13.
Just to clarify, you're saying this at the top, just so to get some interest.
Yeah. So I'm hooking the competition. Hook comp.
Do you reckon it works?
I reckon it's working. Yeah, people stick around. And this is the last possible code word, so make sure you listen out for it later in the app.
Yep.
Meanwhile, this or that.
This or that.
This or that. The committee wasn't thrilled with the backhander.
Really? Feedback.
Yep. There was a miscommunication with some specifics around the logistics of it all, but we're back.
Describe some of the logistics.
Yeah,
what
please.
went wrong?
Well, usually there's a shared notes document that gets updated quite regularly.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting the updated one, so
You're on an
yeah,
old doc.
so it was running out of options.
Meanwhile, the committee's just
They were firing
busy
them
at
out. They
work,
reckon they were doing heaven's work, but they couldn't see it. So
yeah, great.
yeah. Anyway, that's been cleared up. So shout out to the committee. Well done for ironing those bumps out. But this week is watermeal, water, MEAL, one word.
Yeah.
Is it the smallest fish in the world?
Yeah.
Or the smallest flower in the world?
Oh, that's a good one.
Hmm.
Watermeal.
Simple. I like how simple
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. And it's tough.
Yeah.
All right, I'm locked in.
All right, let's hear yours.
I'm going flower.
Just to clarify, I don't think you've both got one
No,
for
it's
the last 2 weeks.
a dry spell.
So you've gone the flower.
Did you just split it so you won at least
so
win?
someone can win.
Yeah. I'm going to go fish.
Well, one of you was right. It has to be one of you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Ben, I know.
And it's Rollo.
Oh, yes.
The suspense.
Good game.
Yeah.
Footy.
Could be one of your better ones, aren't?
Yeah, nice.
Thanks. Yeah.
Of course, Harry didn't play on the weekend. And then, so that means neither of you won on the weekend.
Much performed better with Harry, didn't they?
They looked pretty sharp.
Kempy was good.
Yeah, Kempy was
Kempos
good.
was very good.
Almost just, who was the tallest forward in the end?
Kempy, yeah.
Probably Kemp, yeah.
Probably Kemp. No, it was a good performance in the end. Back against the wall. Went in as underdogs against West Coast over there.
Yeah.
And we were just talking before. I think we were surprised just how poor West Coast performance was. I mean, you don't have to comment on that, but it was a great win nonetheless, an 11-goal win. We had a question from Jared about you, Harry.
It's Jared here from Central Coast. Harry, how were the nerves watching the boys over in Perth? Did you end up watching it with anyone, or do you just sit there quietly in front of a TV by yourself? Come on, the Blues, let's finish it strong.
Thanks,
Good.
Jared.
Nice,
Great question. Yeah, it's never great watching, especially on TV. Big Dirds actually came around to my place and watched it with him. So
He knows Wayne from Warrigal, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah. Somewhere down the line. Wayno.
Haven't heard from Wade in a while.
No.
Yeah, where is he? He's hiding. But no, it's always it's never great as a player watching when you can't play.
Yeah.
It's always a challenge. But
And you've spoken before about how annoying watching a TV broadcast of a game is.
yeah, you'd love to have behind goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all you can see is the kind of where the ball is really.
Mm.
But so much of what we talk about during the week and what we look for as an indicator to whether we're playing well or our system's working well is a lot more intricate than what's happening where the ball is.
When it's zoomed in.
Yeah, so
When you watch like a replay, like vision from the week before, are you watching? Is it like a split screen? Do you have like one screen showing
I think there's 4 different cameras, I think. So there's broadcast, so Channel 7 and Foxtel. There's one that's pretty similar. So that it's side on, but doesn't have the Channel 7 graphics and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's sort of just a generic one.
a little bit further out.
A little bit further out. And then there's behind the goals at each end.
Yeah. And
So-
they're just that doesn't cut to anything, does it? It's just
it's a
static
whole
It's a constant,
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's 4 or 5, yeah.
So a lot of the time, if you're watching Vision or coaches have coded Vision, you'd watch behind goals.
Yeah.
But it might flick. You might be like, we're watching the forwards. It might be a team defense clip. You're watching the forwards. Might be camera 1 to see, the front line pressure or whatever it is, and then you might flick to camera 4 to watch what the backs are doing behind the ball, and then camera 3 for the mid, so it
Yeah.
can change as you're watching the clip.
Mm.
So it's good to have.
But yeah,
you just
so
not from just-
watching your team when you're not playing is a frustrating experience.
yeah, of course, it's I think we've talked about it before, but anytime you don't have any control over what happens, it's that's challenging. So I think we've talked about even close games. The players are probably the most calmest people because they have some type of control over what happens.
Yeah.
Whereas like as a neutral observer, you don't have anything. So and then also there's always an element of like FOMO. If you have a good win, you're like, you'd love to be part of that. And
on the road,
that's a great win. Like all the boys are so happy. And then when you have a bad loss, it's like, I wish I was there to help.
True, yeah.
So there's always it's always a tough one to watch for sure. But
Yeah.
Thrilled with how the boys played. It was awesome. Obviously, really challenging week, and I thought the way everyone handled it, and Vossi and the coaches and the players' ability to stay eyes in, and talked about probably the best thing sometimes is to go over as a group and get a job done. And really proud of how the club handled the week and how the boys responded. But things are still plenty to play for, and a huge week coming up. So
for sure,
exciting times.
Lauren had a question about the players specifically.
Hey Ben and Harry, it's Lauren from Essendon. Just wanted to ask if you guys watched the Carlton game today and what your thoughts were on the new guys who came in and absolutely blitzed it, played really well, but really hope that H is back soon. Go Baggers.
Yeah, the young boys did really well. So we had 2 probably official debutants, so Ash and Coop Lord. So they did really well, I thought. Ash was the sub, and then obviously Jackson Binns had played, technically debuted earlier the year as sub, but this was his first kind of full 4-quarter game, and I thought all those boys played their role really well, and it's always fun watching kind of young, like 18, 19-year-old boys play, and they just have such a energy and spark, and
buzz.
It's all a bit of fun with them. They're smiling, it's all like kind of is really refreshing. So, definitely talk about FOMO before, but when Ash and Binnsy kicked their first goal, seeing all the boys celebrating and getting around them, that's a really cool moment.
Yeah.
So,
was it Moya? His first goal.
Yeah, that was a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It's,
Is that one of the funnest things you can have on the footy field, other than just generally winning? But having I know when Doherty kicked his comeback goal, that was a huge thing for you. But that must be fun.
Yeah, it's cool as when young boys or debutants kick their first goal, especially I reckon if it's like second half of a game and we've played a really strong game to that point, and then it's nearly like icing on the top is when one of the young boys get their first goals. I reckon it's sick. Yeah, it's fun.
It certainly gives you energy. Absolutely. We had Nate Caddy was. Oh no, Archie Roberts was last week.
Oh yeah,
and then
that was a huge goal too.
Yep. And then Nate was a couple months ago, and it does lift everybody.
Yeah,
and the crowd know it as well. So just especially at a home game, it certainly gives you that bit of a energy booster for sure. So it was cool seeing anyone, let alone I suppose who you play with kick a first goal. So
but all the boys did really well. So hats off to them.
Nice. And the hottest question from the DMs this week has a montage.
Hi guys, Kylie from Caroline Springs here.
Hi, it's Ava from Montalbot.
Hey guys, it's Will from Berwick.
I'm just wondering if Harry is going to return for the game against St Kilda.
Do you reckon that your spot on the team is at risk after Brodie Kemp's performance on the weekend? 4 goals. Look out.
Harry, just want to know if you'll be back this week. Let us know.
Go Blues.
Thanks. Go Blues.
Just tell us right now, thanks.
Yeah.
You're going to play it right. Simple as that.
Well, as we're recording now, it's Monday, so still a fair bit to play in the week. But
that's true. Do you generally know by around, at least the day before the game,
the team, or just
if
whether
you
you're playing?
if you were a test?
Oh,
how often?
To be honest, it can be really late. Like it can be on the day of.
Yeah.
I reckon people would be surprised about how often there's just the 22 named, right? So Ben might be named for the game last week, but he might have been a test on the game day, but no one would ever know.
Yeah.
So he would have got past that test, no worries, no changes. But so to everyone's eye, Ben was always playing all week, no dramas. But inside the 4 walls, Ben was in doubt all week, had to do all this extra stuff to get up, was a test on game day.
That's true. Have you either of you been in that scenario where you're like,
yeah,
you're extremely unlikely to play?
I had one in my second or third year where it was round 1 over in Perth and got picked, and I think I had gastro or something really badly, and so I flew over a day before. I had to go to hospital and stuff. Like I was nowhere. I was like on an IV drip. I was really really bad. And then made the call that morning. I think I did a little run around, did a test, hadn't done anything all week, and then they made a call on game day that I'll be able to play. So there's been a couple where you always try and have that mentality of I'll get up, but
like name me.
Yeah, name me, and I'll know if I'm not right. But you always try and tell yourself, because as we said last week, adrenaline. You got your teammates around you. Important games. It has to take a lot for you to not play as an athlete, because that's that's your job. So I think we've all been in a situation or similar.
There's even times where like you might test on, say you play on a Saturday, you might test on the Friday, but then it all depends on how you pull up on that Saturday. So
true. You
might even be assessed at the ground 2.5 hours before the game, just to double check that you've pulled up well from the test the day before. So there's a lot of, and there's a beauty of that like that the outside the four walls don't know about that, and it's just like 2 hours is the 2 hours you see, and that's what you're judged on. But there's also like a lot that goes on behind closed doors that not many people know.
Yeah, or even what they're going through in terms of whether they have to get like an injection or something like that, like a local injection before a game or something like that, just to like it's obviously perfectly legal, but or whether you're on anti-inflams or you've been sick throughout the week, like you're right. It's amazing what people go through, but then when you see him on TV, it's literally like normal Harry, but you don't know what they've gone through.
Yeah,
which is the beauty of the game as well, because it's like all that matters is that 2 hours, but then it can be like, especially I think when a certain players cop media scrutiny around, he didn't play that well on the weekend, but then you're sitting there thinking 80% of the league wouldn't have played with what he had.
Yeah.
He's done all this stuff all week. Like the fact that he's even out there is amazing, and he still played his role really well, and what we value as a team was really high, but didn't have 30 or kick 6, so he's had a bad game.
He's copping it on talkback.
So it's like, it's just sometimes you just scratch your head at that stuff. But
that's so true.
Yeah, it's all part of the game.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So at this stage, we were just talking off air because you're playing St Kilda on Sunday afternoon. A win guarantees a final spot. A loss, and you are relying on Fremantle to lose, but they play after you. So there's no way you can feasibly rest and just hope that it's all going to be fine, because you won't know by the time Carlton play.
Yeah, well, I think the AFL's done it perfectly in the end. I don't know when they would have scheduled the last round, but it's it's all come down to I think the last Sunday. So it's I think this whole year has been amazing for the mutual supporter, in terms of there's so many different equations and scenarios and teams going highs and lows and ups and downs, and the closest year ever probably comes down to the last game, which is I think it's scripted perfectly for the AFL and for the mutual observer. But I think the great thing for us is that our destiny's in our own hands for basically the last game. So we know that if we win, we'll play finals. So I think you'd much rather that than having to wait on results and that. So I know we haven't been in yet, but our focus will be what we can control and having eyes in around. We've got a job to do and a game to win, and then whatever happens around that happens. So yeah, it's exciting.
So extended team list on Thursday. Do you think we'll see H. Mackay?
Extended list?
Yeah, the extended bench, the 7 on the bench. Do you think you'll be part of that team?
I'm not sure how that.
Because on a Sunday, don't they have it's just they name the emergencies on the bench.
So I never get that, because then you can name players, so you can add 4 people into that squad, but then not bring anyone out, can't you?
Yeah, so it doesn't look like you've brought anyone in.
The final team gets announced on Friday afternoon, isn't it?
I think that's right, yeah.
Well,
for a Sunday game, yeah.
I said we have sessions on Wednesday and Friday, so it's
literally just
early on in the week.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But hopefully. But anyway, it doesn't matter who's named. I reckon anyone that gets picked will come in and get the job done. So.
Good. That's straight out of the
straight
media
Kempy will come again and get bang.
Nice. So. The next soldier up, they'll play their role.
It's true though.
But you're feeling all right.
I'm feeling great. Yeah.
That's the main part.
It's settled down really well. So
nice.
So far so good.
And then the Bombers, bit of a dirty night in the end. Ben on Friday took a halftime lead. It was looking really good. It was. I mean, it was an ugly first half, but.
Yeah, I think we were really pleased in terms of what it was looking like at halftime. So yeah, it was one of those ones that even at 3/4 time, I think we had a shot on the siren, and then we kicked the first of the last, so that would have
That's
put it
right.
back to 10, 15 points.
Yeah,
So
it was close.
It was never really a blowout until probably the last 10 minutes of the game, which I think, to be honest, I think the coaches have been fairly positive in terms of if Sydney are the ladder leaders. I know the ladder doesn't mean everything these days, but a high quality team, and we did a lot right. It's hard to swallow the fact that we won't be playing finals, and that's you can't go after something until March next year technically.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those games that from the first minute we were blown out of the water. So that's been a bit of the story. Yeah, I feel like there's been real solid patches of good footy, but never been able to really bring it together or capitalise on the moments we've actually created. So, and it's hard because, I think unlike this time last year, it feels like we actually have a solid base where a lot of the stats are in our favour. Like at halftime, we doubled the amount of inside 50s, which is almost unheard of. So we're in this bit of a predicament where it feels that we're doing the basis of the work correctly, and it looks pretty good, but we're just not capitalising and putting scoreboard pressure on, which against most teams you sort of need to, and then it's going to sort of run away with their momentum, and you're sort of catching up again. So
I think he had double the inside 50s at halftime.
Yeah, which
for a
that's
7-point
almost
lead.
unheard of. So that's what I mean. Like if a lot of teams had that, I feel like they would capitalise. So our next evolution is capitalising on the the momentum and the opportunities we create. So and it's the reality of when you finish a season that you're not going to be after this week you're going to be done. So it's hard to wrap your head around when you spend 20 odd weeks fighting and scrapping to qualify. So it's bittersweet, but I feel like when we look back on it, there actually is a lot of the foundations that are there, which is important. So it's a tough one to swallow, but you sort of do have to look at it positively to a degree as well.
Yeah. And then you travel to Brisbane on Saturday night, so a tough assignment to round out the season with finals.
Big chance, I reckon, you boys.
Every week.
Rollo?
Yeah. I'm hoping not.
Rollo Cup.
Have we got this on here, but Rollo going to the open training session, Captain John?
Yeah,
Are we doing that
shocking.
now? Is that shocking? Come on, you've got
No, I'm
supporters
not
out
saying
there.
shocking, but
One of you said shocking.
No, that was Ben.
It must have been buckets.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with it.
But so just to clarify, you left work early to go to
No, I'd finished work, and then a
Right.
mate of mine was just working nearby, and he's like, I might pop in. I was like, I've never been before. That'd be fun. They're at the
So
gym.
in my opinion, you're better off going to like a main session where you can, because the captain's run, interstate captain's run, I'm assuming it wouldn't have been much.
No,
there's
there
like a
wasn't.
handball and like
Yeah.
a couple of
Pings at
golf from the boundary and then walk off.
Yeah.
So you're probably better off going to a main session.
I
But
never get to see my Lions in the flesh. And I might not ever again based on that performance on Saturday. That was one of the worst things I've ever been to.
Well, it was a good game of footy. What do you mean?
Game of footy. Oh, my God. I was saying it was worse than the granny. That was heartbreaking. Just
Worse than the granny.
3 goals in the last 3 minutes. And then
Was it a 40
Bo
point,
McCreary.
30-point lead as well at quarter time, wasn't it?
30-point lead.
Yeah.
Same
Was it?
as
Yeah.
last week. Top 4 spot on the line. Oh, that was just an absolute punch to the face.
Oh,
But on this topic, we might get Tom from Berwick's question because I think it ties into what we're talking about.
Hi, Ben and Harry. It's Tom here from Berwick. I was wondering if I could get your thoughts on a wildcard round for the AFL. Yes or no? Are you against it or are you for it? Why and why not? Anyway, go the Blues.
I'm not a fan of it.
Not a fan of wildcard. So as it stands,
so would that be in? Sorry, my only query just before we go into the depth of it.
Yeah.
I think the length of the season is something that's getting talked a lot about. I know amongst players, it's a long season, especially if you're playing 2 practice matches, and then your round 1 is March 7th, like ours was.
yeah, opening round,
2 buys.
gather round got included recently.
Yeah, I think we worked out it's like 20, including the 2 weeks, it's like 27 or 28 weeks.
Yeah.
Pre-finals and pre-finals buy, then plus if you played all 4 finals, it's like a 34-week season.
Yeah.
It's
I
getting
think
long.
it sounds like it's happening next year, but it would take place in the pre-finals bye. So
Isn't that's a disadvantage then?
yeah,
For
it is.
7th and 8th.
For 7th and 8th. But that makes it more of an advantage for 5th and 6th. But as it stands, we'd have Melbourne and Essendon still alive and playing for that 10th spot, which Collingwood currently occupy.
So that's just for theory, for
Yeah.
argument's sake. So it'd be 10th plays.
7th plays 10th, 8th plays 9th,
So,
and then you qualify for the normal final.
so let's say 10th could have 11 wins,
Yep.
and 7th could have 13 wins or 14 wins.
Yeah.
And we're saying, just on one day, you can lose that advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, I don't like it at all.
I love it. I think it'd be great. More
Really?
finals. Yeah.
Well, it's not a final, though.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a wild card final.
You're not in the finals, though.
It's an elimination game to qualify for the finals. It's basically
You
an
can just see
extra-
it written
extra
out.
two
Like
finals.
teams had 3 more wins than the team that scraped into 10th, and then
Oh, but
you
then try and get to 6th then, if you're that close.
I'm sure they probably would try.
Yeah, I know they're all trying.
I don't know.
Then it changes every. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
great.
hate that we're looking for ways to make the game.
You'd have to cut
bigger,
out
but
around there, wouldn't you? You'd have to go shorter.
The actual season,
I have to, wouldn't you?
possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know. All of a sudden, Essendon could finish as high as 9th, and then that's you've got a wild card.
But it's
spot.
more just like you know that if we're 10th or 11th, you know you're not quite good enough to qualify, and it's almost like a tease to to Harry's point. Yeah, we could have an amazing day and win, but is that a true reflection of our year? Probably not. So, I'm probably more of a traditionalist and want
So
to
then
see
6th would get the week off,
5th and 6th would remain,
and then get a home final.
and then get a home final against the
'Cause
qualifier.
Imagine this,
So
right?
then-
So, imagine if the top 5 or top 6 are hardly on the same points. It's just percentage that splits up the top 5, and then 6 is playing 10th. Like I don't understand how that can marry up, but yeah, I hopefully they don't bring it in. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I think it's happening.
It is.
So
isn't it?
you might have to.
I don't like. Yeah, as I said, I'm all for looking for ways to improve the game. So as long as it's
But what's wrong with our current thing there?
Well, there'll be a 19th team soon. I mean, there are a lot of people that saying 10th, you're rewarding mediocrity, and it's going to be extremely hard to win a grand final.
but
From
then
10th.
like a year like this, that might be the perfect
That's what
scenario
I mean.
for like a wild.
Collingwood in 10th. Jeez, you could see them pinching a few finals.
Yeah.
So you lose the advantage of the week off though. You
Yeah.
gotta play through.
Yeah.
Which, geez, that's tough.
Yeah, tough.
So then when just going down a rabbit hole. So when the 19th team comes in,
Yeah.
just one team will have a bye every week. Is that right?
Yeah.
So then they'll have to bring in a 20th.
Yeah, eventually.
Where does that?
Well, that's a good question for you guys. What are a third WA team?
Yeah.
Would you try and
Think-
put a
think
team in
it makes sense.
Canberra?
Third WA team, isn't it? Surely.
It's probably where I'd go, but don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. These are my
It's
favourite.
above our pay grade,
Yeah,
right?
above your pay grade. But you have pretty good pay grades. Okay. This was from the front bar. We spoke about this. Mitch Cleary got in touch and said that you received... I'll let the grab do the talking.
But it was a wreckage on Sunday.
And you probably would have thought to yourself, Andy, Sunday night, well, how can things get worse?
Well, it can't get any worse.
Well, they did get worse
What?
on Monday morning. Harry McKay went for scans. Here he is going back to his car. Oh, no, parking ticket. Right there. Right there. Problem was, you know what happened?
What?
He missed the curb. He drove up onto the grass and he did a bicep getting the ticket off of the...
Right,
Right, I'll stop there. Okay.
Mate, just remember you're a guest.
When I walked in, because we played Friday night, and Mitch Cleary was, as we're walking in there with his cameraman.
Yeah.
And I got to the door and he pulled me aside and he's like, "Oh, was Harry actually mad about like the parking fine?"
Oh,
Like,
really?
He was genuinely asking. He's like, I was like, "Nah, I think he was fine with it. Like, don't stress." He's like, "Oh, I just wanted to make sure." So
Yeah, no, he meant well.
Yeah, he did mean well.
I mean,
yeah.
it's like he gave you the parking fine.
No.
But I think
he
he
might
did-
have. I don't know.
He dobbed you in.
Yeah. He rang up a parking inspector. I think this car has been here longer than an hour.
And have you paid it off?
No. I haven't even looked at it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I think it's on TikTok as well. I've been sent a few. That clip, I think, the front bar one.
Yeah.
Because I got a few messages that night because it was on the news. And they were like, "Oh, stiff, mate. Like, you got a parking fine."
Yeah.
Mum was like, "Make sure you pay straight away." So, yeah,
There's this guy I've seen on Instagram that he must own a coffee shop or something, and he put like on the front it looked like a parking fine, but on the back it was like a free coffee voucher.
Oh, that's cool.
And he captured it, and the guy was fuming. And then he flipped over and it said like free coffee at whatever it was across the road, and he was so happy. It was funny as. It's a great idea.
That is
it's a
smart.
brilliant
I
idea.
mean, you'll anger a few people.
Yeah.
And it's, what if you didn't check the back?
Oh,
You just
yeah.
do it.
I got a parking fine at open training.
Did you?
Yeah, outside the G.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've paid it. You just get it out of your life. Don't let it linger.
Yeah.
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 I agree with that.
Just thanks, man.
Get it done.
Twinners and losers. Oh.
What's Ben saying?
How about I make that my? Yeah.
What was the What was the little girl's name last week that about the wristbands? Because her mum get. It is Maddy. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that as my twinner, but I can. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Sweet. Great. Yeah.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Birds often think I'm a tree.
and losers.
Mandarins. I just love him. Mandarins at the moment.
We
Go
need,
on,
we
ask
need,
the
we need,
question,
to, we
go
need
on.
to do a like an all-time ranking of like the best and
The
worst
best.
of twinners and losers.
Or a
Yeah.
season's best or something.
Because I think that Mandarin one's right down the bottom. To be
I'm
honest.
going to say top.
Yeah, nah.
Wasn't yours last week, Mandarins?
No, I heard that audio and then it kind of sparked me to think, Mandarins are quite nice, but
Yeah, so that's the influence I have.
but I'm not
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it as my twinner. Anyway, I'll go first. Just over the weekend, I don't know if you're probably into this role, Ben, maybe not, but it's like this is rolls into the loser.
Yeah.
But the winner was going and see It Ends With Us, the movie.
It ends with us.
Yeah. Have you
No,
heard
I don't
about
know
that?
it.
Oh, really? As if.
What does it end with?
Us.
Us.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you would have been all over this role. It's going to make it
No.
hard now.
Who's in it?
So it's based Blake Lively.
Oh, hang on. This is that controversial one. Yeah, and they.
It's from the novel. So my winner was
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
great. It was really good to go and watch. Good movie. But the loser is so it's based off a novel, right?
Yeah.
So when movies, it's always hard because if you've read the book first and then you go and watch the movie, which I've read the book first and then
Yeah.
went and watched it, they just leave out so many key details and their
Yeah.
interpretation of it just makes it tough to really enjoy.
Particularly if you really enjoyed the book.
Yeah, which a lot of so I think that's where the controversies come from because a lot of
Yeah.
people love the book and
Yeah.
then like they still made a really good movie, but it's harder to really love the movie when they've left out
Yeah.
a few key parts.
Right.
yeah.
No, that's a highbrow twinner and loser this week.
Hybrid or highbrow.
Highbrow. That's like you come in with a book adaptation. I think that's good.
Thanks, man.
That's a high bar.
All right, wasn't that
And
good?
Ben's going to say he likes apples.
Oh, Harry's loser was he doesn't like it when the book adaptation doesn't reflect.
That's just going to a next level.
Yeah, that's,
All right, mate.
that's really good.
Good on you. I was going to use a twinner, but we're going to save it for later in the show. I've got another one that I'll use now.
Oh, you just thought of one?
Yeah, no, I
Isn't
sort of
it
had
really
two, but yeah,
Yeah.
we'll save the other one for later on.
That's good. He's lifted too.
Yeah.
But this could be anything.
This
No, this
could
is
be
good. This is good. So we're doing at the club an NFL fantasy draft.
Oh yeah.
And we picked our order today. So Rids went around and like he had a hat and we picked it out of the thing. And
Yeah.
I was.
How many people?
I think
Roughly?
there's 11 maybe. And so the twinner is I didn't get one, but I got second. So I'm really happy with that.
Second pick.
Yeah,
And then is
second
it like
pick.
a snake draft?
Snake. So
Yeah.
I would get pick 22 or something. So,
Yeah.
but it's a pretty good
18.
pick.
You got pick 19.
No, I don't think so.
Out of 11.
And then 22.
Now we'll get 21, won't
Probably 21.
Isn't there 10 people in the league?
he? 11.
I think it's 11.
No,
You don't get
So you're going to go, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10, and then it goes
11.
back again.
So that's round 1. And then,
No. So
yeah,
if you,
then it's round 2.
no, but whoever's 12th gets a double pick.
Yeah, but that's the second pick, the first pick of round 2. So your second round pick is going to be pick
Yeah,
21.
down the end. Yeah.
Or pick
That's
19.
what I said.
Pick 19.
19, yeah.
It's going to be pick 19. Yeah. And then you're going to get
So
a pick,
if
and then
they-
you're going
if
to
the-
get pick 23 or pick 22. As your third.
Yeah,
as your
correct.
third
Yeah,
pick.
I know how a snake draft
Well,
works.
clearly you didn't.
No. I think
I was right the whole time.
he said there was 11 people.
Yeah. So your second pick is going to be pick 19.
No, if there's 11.
It's 11, it's 22. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's my twinner. I landed a pretty good pick, so I'm happy with it.
But you understand, you get a pick every round.
Oh my god.
That was
Not bothering.
a good chat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to write it out.
Yeah, you're right. No.
Yeah. So
11. So
and
Ben,
then-
that's Ben's pick
then-
here.
12, 13, 14, 15. So we're just snaking the draft back now.
I was right.
19, 20, pick 21.
Yeah. But I think what you were saying is that you don't get a pick until the third round.
No, I was just saying.
So you
if
get
you get a
so what happens? You get
if
pick
you get a
two?
lottery pick, you don't get one until a lot later on.
But you get pick 2, and then you get pick 21, and then you're going to get the
then pick.
I wasn't speaking about the third pick. I was speaking about the second pick.
Where would you rather be? What's the
That's
best?
the debate.
What's the best case?
Yeah.
I reckon you want 10.
Yeah.
Because then you get 2 picks.
Two
kind
really
of
good
high.
picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you going to take pick 2?
Yeah.
Now's the.
I think Zach Reed's got pick 1. He's thinking McCaffrey maybe.
Yeah.
So
is he a points machine? I know he's
he's a freak. Yeah. Yeah.
Was
Oh,
he
you can't really
offensive,
go wrong.
offensive player of the year in the end? I know he was in the conversation.
I like Jefferson, but they've got some quarterback issues.
Yeah.
There. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. But exciting times.
Yeah. It sounds like exciting times.
Well, it is.
Snake draft.
Yeah.
Losers?
Yeah, my loser. It's a bit of a hybrid again as well. But I think I said 2 weeks ago, I'm seeing a chiropractor.
Yeah.
And I've changed pillows. So it's a
Nice.
So it's one of those ones where it's just at the start it's going to suck because you're not used to it, but for the long run it's going to be better. So the loser is the transition period.
And you're not enjoying it?
No, it's different.
Is it softer, harder?
It's softer, but it's like really good for your neck. So it's
Is
just
it more of a memory foam one?
Yeah. So
What's your pillow situation?
Yeah, memory foam.
Yeah.
it's a lot softer than what I'm used to, but a lot higher up, so it's better for your support for your neck. So
Does that to get your posture better? Because you've got a bit of bad posture.
It's all interrelated, yeah. So
Nice.
Notoriously.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Ryan,
I have.
I thought that was a pretty good round.
No, it was good. I think everyone was.
I can never
excellent.
tell with you guys.
Everyone
could be the best twin ever, and you just give me nothing.
Yeah. Everyone's turned their keys. Everyone's pulled their weight. I will go with a grab. As we NJ and I just worked with. This is my loser, and it refers to post show last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we'll just do like this right now and just be like, oh, Ben, yeah, you're not the brightest in the shed, but yeah.
Brightest tool.
Not many tools are bright.
Brightest tool in the shed.
And that's why I need to enter this Department of Education.
That's the worst time to make an error like that when you're potting someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't potting anyone.
Ben, you're not the brightest tool in the shed.
You're potting me, yes.
No, it was an example to use for that what we were talking about. But
Oh no, it wasn't.
Don't backtrack
Having a
now.
go
So
at
what-
him.
no, we were trying to
You've done it for 26 years, so
we were trying to have a conversation started so we can get this what we were talking about in how we could start that conversation, and then I just mispronounced the saying.
you got it completely wrong. Not
That's
even
all right.
mispronounced.
Yeah, unless you're talking about like a torch or something. What have you got? What's
Maybe
in
I
the
was talking about a
shed?
torch.
Yeah. Ben, you're a torch.
Shed full of torches.
Oh,
and
that's funny.
I thought the cameras weren't rolling, but
No,
it's okay.
Always rolling.
well played.
That's a fair stitch up, Rolly. But
Yeah, good stitch
No,
up.
that's a good twinner.
Yeah, well done.
Loser. What is that, a twinner or a loser?
Oh, that's a loser.
loser for me.
Last time you can enter the competition, so make sure you do it this week if you haven't so far. The code word is coming up. Visit the link in the podcast description. Fill out the details. You can enter as many times as you like. You can go back and listen to historical code words. But for this week, the code word is...
It's named after... I don't know what this could be named after, but it's... Maybe the chocolate bar.
Could be the chocolate.
Hmm.
They're quite nice, actually.
Yep.
DM's time. Bryce had a question.
G'day, lads. Bryce from Bairnslade. Harry, I know you didn't play in it, but how good is it to see a win over there and that our season's still alive? Got a question for Ben, though. Ben, have you booked your footy trip yet? And what are you wearing for Silly Saturday? Cheers, boys.
Silly Saturday? I haven't heard of Silly Saturday.
What day are you doing?
I don't know. There was a little bit of talk about it today, unfortunately, which sucks because it means your season's finishing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. It's more maybe sometime next week. I'm assuming. So don't know. I think I don't know if they do dress up or not. So yeah, a bit to play out.
And I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but logistically, do you book like a holiday straight away? Just like, I guess, my last 2 weeks of
Normally,
September.
so our best and fairest isn't until October.
Oh, that's
so
annoying.
it's normally, I think most players trying to do it after that. So
Yeah.
You guys might try and get away for a little bit before it, but yeah, I've still got to work a few things out. But yeah, you never book September, that's for sure.
No, God no.
Yeah,
But
that'd be a rookie mistake.
But now you can pop
Yeah,
up to
now
the Goldie or something.
Yeah, correct. There's a bit more flexibility before the BNF, and then normally guys go away properly.
Yeah.
potentially after that. So see how we go.
Jack.
Hey Harry, my name's Jack and I'm from Melbourne. It's been so good that we got to sign you to the Dons and you've been so good in our back line. What has been your favourite game for Essendon this year?
Is that a stitcher?
Jack's either stitching you up.
Either trying to be funny or he's had a
meltdown.
We'll take the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's just had a...
Well, Harry,
I
what was
mean,
your
I've
favourite?
done it. It's very easy to do.
No doubt, but be better, Jack.
Harry, what is your
Maybe
favourite?
What is your favourite?
What's your favourite?
My favourite Ben's game
Yeah.
from the Bombers. I liked the game when he had the mark of the century taken on him.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good.
It was a belting game.
Not
so-
even
It
the
was
best
a
mark of
cracker.
the year.
No, it was a good game.
It's not even the best mark of the year, though. So
Yeah, but it's the best of the century.
how can it be the best of the century if it's not the best of the year?
Oh, you tell me.
That's drawn Brownlow night, isn't it? Mark of the year these days.
Is it?
I think so. I
don't
think
know.
they announce it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez, you'll be
I've seen it enough
You'll
now.
be
It's
watching.
just water off a duck's back at the moment.
Jamie Elliott off of Ben's back.
It doesn't affect me anymore because I'm just so used to it.
Yeah.
So I'm just numb to it all.
Jeez, it was a good mark.
It wasn't that good.
Joel.
I didn't answer the question. Hang on.
Hang on.
I didn't answer the question.
I answered it because he was asking me.
That's true. Well, on the rundown, it says Ben's favourite game.
Yeah, but
Harry, but Jack said Harry.
Anyway,
Jack, can you clarify this for us,
yeah,
mate, please?
Jack, if you want my opinion or do you want Harry's opinion?
No, go for it, Ben.
Oh, I'd have to be my first game against Hawthorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just first time you're pulling on a new set of colours and everything was a bit different and more nerves than normal. So yeah, it's hard to go past your first game for your new club for sure.
Yeah, particularly when you get the W.
That's right. We beat Hawthorn, so
Which was a really good win in hindsight. Hawthorn are flying now. Joel.
How you going, fellas? Joel from Carisbrook. Just a quick one. Harry, is Brody Kemp going to be put in the forward line WhatsApp chat now? Seeing he's kicking that 4 goals on the weekend. Bloody brilliant effort. Anyway, so question. At the end of the season, what's your go-to pub meal? Is it a parma, steak, something like that? Beano, Rollo. I'm guessing you'll just go on the chicken nuggets and chips, seeing as your children and don't like cheese.
Hey.
Anyway, go
Great
Blues.
call.
get this bloke off the hour.
Thanks, Joel.
Shut up, Joel.
Terrific call, mate. Bino, what have you got to say to that? The kids' meal at $9?
They are good, but
And you're notoriously a tight ass, so that would probably...
Oh, wow.
How many times did he come in here complaining about the 30-cent extra coffee or
No,
the surcharge on a
it's-
public holiday? It's parking fine. I've got a parking fine.
no, it's more relating to our fan base and our listening audience. So yeah,
It's just a whack, left, right. First of all, the WhatsApp. I'm actually curious. Is there a point where someone
I don't even know
would
if he's
get?
in there. You might be.
Would someone get invited in if they've played?
can you
like,
invite him now? Maybe.
How many games would someone have to play in the forward line before they'd? Like, was Kempy at your forwards meeting? I assume he was during the
It would
week.
have to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there because we obviously do meetings on the day before the game in Captain's Run, so I'm assuming he was in there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many meetings do you have to go to before you're in the WhatsApp?
It's a good question.
I assume if you're playing that week, you're probably in the WhatsApp group, are you?
Yeah.
Or nothing, maybe no event or nothing's needed from the WhatsApp group that week, so maybe they don't even add him.
Yeah, right. There's nothing organised.
Nothing organised.
Pub meal?
Palmer or Palmy, just quickly?
I say Palmer,
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
which is Victorian.
Palmer, yeah. Palmo, I sometimes hear. as well.
Palmer.
Oh, yeah? Who?
I reckon we should just start a trend of just saying Palmo instead of Palmy
That's fine.
or Palmer.
Somewhere in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, just so it just cuts down the debate.
Yeah. Just
brings
unify the country.
Unifies the whole
Yeah.
country by saying Palmo.
Palmer. You'll just anger everyone.
Or everyone would love it.
Yeah. I do love a Palmo. That sounds right.
Palmos are great. They're grouse. They're Mickey Mouse, as they say.
Yeah.
Grouse, as they say.
That's what Mickey Mouse is.
Are you having a Palmo over a steak?
No. God,
No,
no.
it's a steak for me.
Yeah, steaks. You can't beat a steak.
Yeah.
Well, Palmos are good, though. But you guys don't like cheese, so you're not probably going to go for a
No,
Palmo.
I don't. If it's melted, I'm fine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
But if it's way too much cheese on a Palmo, it's a par no from me.
Craft.
Good craft. Finally from Maddy. This is what you were talking about before,
Yes.
And Rollo, guess who?
Rollo.
Maddy from Epping again. I'm turning 10 soon and was wondering what was your best birthday party you had when you were kids. I hope you both liked the bracelets given to Ben on Sunday that I made. Hope you recover soon, Harry and Ben. I was cheering so loud for you Friday night. You played a great game. Also, you're all invited to my party. And go, Bombers!
Oh,
What a star.
my God,
Absolute
Maddy.
star.
We need to organise like a present or something, or like a
Yeah.
for the best call of the year.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
geez, Maddy's up there.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, so I was at the VFL game.
You haven't handed me the bracelets.
Well, it was only yesterday, so a few things on. But
Like what? What stopped you from bringing them in today?
What was that?
Why didn't you bring them in today?
You said brought.
Yeah, no.
I said bought.
No, you didn't.
I didn't say brought.
What are you buying?
Yeah, that's why I corrected myself. You don't even know when you do it.
Shut up.
You say brang as well, I think.
No, not anymore.
You don't say brang again.
I haven't said it.
Brang's
You have
the
said it
worst.
twice.
I have, but I haven't said it all year.
Yeah.
At the VFL game, Maddie's mum was at the game, and she was kind enough to pass over the bracelets, which was awesome. So they're at home, and I'll bring them in next time.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, well
they were
done,
lovely.
Maddy.
They're really cool, actually.
Yeah.
One of the best
back
ones
to
I've seen.
back to the question.
Yeah.
So Maddie's turning 10. Good number 10 as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why'd you pick 10?
Why
Well-
did you actually pick 10? Have we ever heard this story?
I don't know.
We have. I have told.
Well, I can't remember it, though.
I'm not going
Is it
into
Beckham?
Beckham used to be 0 and 1, so I thought I'd swap
Messi,
it around.
isn't it? Didn't Messi wear 10?
Messi wore 10. It's the big, like, soccer number. It's like the best player in the team generally is number 10.
Right. Well, not in this case.
No, not in this case. Sorry, Maddie, we digressed. The best birthday party, I remember we were obviously had some great parties. Can't remember all of them, but
Well,
we did a
your
footy.
21st was...
Well,
was that-
Ben, you
no, it
wanna-
was your 18th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ben, you want to talk on that?
Yeah. That was a shocker.
It was an all-timer. We had a footy themed one, and Mum and Dad made us like a big banner, and everything was footy themed. Like the cake was a footy.
That's cool.
Everyone dressed up in their favourite colours. There was a
Yeah.
big banner we ran through.
Yeah, that was cool.
So I reckon that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What age was that, sorry?
Might have been around that age, 8 to 10 probably.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
They're the ones you remember.
We were 17.
Yeah, that was last year.
Running through a banner.
Mate, that's a banner.
Yeah, that was
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good point.
Nice.
Nice, man.
And Ethan outside has, I just read a message that he sent me. It's a Morrow is the chocolate that I'm thinking of.
That's what I said.
No, did you? Oh, I mustn't have heard you. A Morrow, not a
I
Rolo.
said that the
Didn't you have it up
wanna
on the
be-
phone, though?
I had a Rolo up. There are a chocolate called a Rolo, but I thought they were the ones in
the
the
Rollo's
favourites.
The Rollo's the mint one, I think.
They're kind of, I think they're caramelly. but
Caramel,
they're-
yeah. And then the Morrow is like the knockoff Mars bar that's small.
Yes,
it's in the
that's
favourites.
right.
I did say that while you were looking, but
Oh, did you? Do you recognise that one?
Yeah.
yeah.
Moro.
Morrow. Yeah.
but
Moro.
no.
Is it? Or Moro?
Moro.
Moro.
That's a Morrow.
Prefer
That's
Rolo.
That's a Moro.
Good craft.
Yeah. And we love that's a Morrow cheese as well.
We do, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Yep.
Um,
Harry?
What?
Nothing.
I mean, do you want me to hold your hand through it, or do?
Please.
I was waiting for you have to wait for the right gap. I just barge in.
All right. What about this gap?
What about this one right
No,
now?
but now it's way too staged.
That's what I said last week. Imagine when the listeners are thinking right now. It's like, oh my God.
I don't think too many listeners sitting there thinking, I just wish they'd tell us our Instagram handle.
I'd love to know how many listeners get to this bit.
And haven't signed off yet.
Yeah.
But we are on TikTok and,
Oh my.
and Instagram
That was actually good. I'm sorry.
and YouTube.
Yeah. Yes.
So, obviously the DMs have been great all year. So,
Yeah.
keep up the great work there. At Ben and Harry Podcast.
Leave us a review on Apple if you're listening on Apple. Hit the
Yep.
bell on Spotify, Rollo, if you're
Yes.
listening on Spotify.
Which alarms you when the episodes drop. I think, is that right?
Yeah.
That's why they got the bell. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ring
It
a bell.
alerts you.
Oh, alerts you.
And also, if you want to
Alarms you.
subscribe to us,
Oh my God.
set there's the alarm.
Oh God.
That's good.
And we're on YouTube as well. So,
Yeah.
at Ben and Harry Podcast. You can subscribe, watch it while you're cooking dinner,
Love it.
Bang.
Nice. Making a parmo.
making homemade parmo. Plenty of cheese.
Righto.
Beautiful.
All right, well done, gentlemen. All the best in your last game, Bino. Hope you go really well, mate.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
Rollo, all the best, mate, for the weekend.
Thanks. This is nice.
Yeah.
Hope you
Go
recover
Saints.
and get to play against the
Thanks,
Saints
mate.
on the weekend.
Go the Saints.
No, That'd be right.